as per media reports, CTV News has learned that a majority of the Canadian diplomats working in India outside of Delhi have been evacuated to either Kuala Lumpur or Singapore. Remember, Times Now has been telling you how India has issued a whip and saying that they want parity when it comes to the number of diplomats. The number of Indian diplomats in Toronto should be reciprocated, and there should be parity of the number of diplomats in Delhi as well. And now we are picking up is that Global Affairs Canada had previously stated that with some diplomats having received threats on various social media platforms, Canada was reassessing its staff complement in India. So let me go across to Rishabh. Rishabh, what are you picking up from the MEA? Any kind of clarity coming in on this?
So what we know, we asked this question to MEA spokesperson yesterday also at the press briefing, that whether India has specifically asked a specific number of diplomats to be withdrawn from the Canadian mission here in India. MEA has not specified any number or dates on record, but unofficially when we spoke to a lot of people who are privy to this whole development, we have been told that 41 odd diplomats have been asked to be withdrawn by Canada. This is not India expelling them, but requesting Canada to ensure that there is parity. For example, if India has 24 odd diplomats accredited in Canada, India wants exact number to be in India as well. Given that the Canadian numbers, which was 62 to be precise, was almost 3x of Indian diplomats in Canada, India asked the numbers to be curtailed down. Now what we are learning, that given that the 10th October was the deadline that India gave for these withdrawals, most of the diplomats who were posted either in Mumbai, either in Bangalore or in Chandigarh, they have been moved out, is what we have been given to understand. And 10th of October is what Canada is going to get the numbers at the level of parity as requested by Indian External Affairs.
Rishabh, you must go through the numbers once more. How many Indian diplomats estimatedly are there in Canada, and how many were there in India before now they are being slowly moved out?
So what we know right now, that there are 24 to 25 at max Indian diplomats who are in Indian High Commission in Ottawa and consulates that we have in Vancouver and Toronto. While Canadian diplomats here in India were almost around 62 is what the number has been given. Remember, for security reasons, Canada do not give out the complete list of diplomats who are posted here in India, but the sources suggest that the number stands at 62, out of which 41 is what we are given to understand have been asked to reduce. So the numbers have been put to a point where the numbers of Indian diplomats in Canada and Canadian diplomats in India are exactly equal. A parity is what India has demanded and has requested Ottawa to withdraw extra diplomats. This is what the standoff has been between India and Canada. Remember, this began on September 19th when the whole diplomatic row between India and Canada began after the statement by Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, accusing India for having involvement in the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, a proclaimed Khalistani terrorist, which Canada believed that he was an innocent Sikh pilgrim in Canada and he has been murdered. This is what the Canadian allegation is. India has dismissed this as unsubstantiated and baseless claim by the Canadian authorities.